Hi.
Welcome to the Buzzball party.
Thanks. Did we already ask questions?
No.
Oh, period.
And with that, welcome to Tribal Council. Um, I'm gonna
Your
start this
skills are
off.
way too important. We're
Uh,
starting when he walks in.
I know Derek said, "I'm here now. We can start." Um, so Chrisanne wasn't gonna be here, but she asked for a question, so I provided her a question. So I asked Chrisanne, "How does the stature of this round alter the way that you approach it?" And Chrisanne said, "Honestly, Buckley, I know from speaking for myself, I lost the plot 2 rounds ago. I think the quick turnover for Tribal has made it so more people talk less to me. I mean, Cam is dealing with life things, so I have no expectations of him whatsoever. This round hasn't altered anything for me because if I'm being frank, I've known my days are numbered for a while now. I don't think people are playing strategically sound, but what would I know, right? I think all of what people are doing will fall on deaf ears if certain members of them are at final tribal because the aim of the game is to want the jury to vote for you and to not have the person who's joining the jury next completely tank your game. I know for myself I didn't alter anything. Is that dumb of me? Who cares? I'm on the bottom, so I do as I please." The Slayana Grande. Alex, let's just jump into this. She is upside, flipped, reversed around, put that thing down and reverse it, Missy Elliott style. This round is completely backwards. So, knowing that the immunity challenge tomorrow night could completely upend the vote that's about to happen, what, where does that put things?
Well, for me, this is the first time in like a week that I haven't that I've been even able to receive votes. So I'm experiencing that kind of own paranoia for the first time in this individual side of things. So you add on to the fact that this round is all kooky and crazy. It's scary, but you got to rely on what you know. Because if you try to think about what you don't know too much, it's just gonna spiral you.
Um, Eleanor, there's been a lot of talk the past couple votes about there being a clear group in charge and then a smaller group of people that's slowly dwindling and losing out. Do you think that this shuffle of format could potentially cause a rift in that and change up the way things are going?
I don't know. Um, sorry. I hope my employer isn't watching this. That's a callback. Um, I still feel like I don't know. I feel like no, I still feel like I'm on the bottom. Is that the question? I'm not used to being a bottom.
Mm, mm, mm.
Another explicit.
That better be that's the episode title, Buckley. Write it down now.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm literally writing it down. Okay, slide. I've written it down. I'm gonna look at that in 2 days and be like, what the does that mean? Kim, so let's talk through now the pivotalness of tomorrow's immunity challenge. You know, that immunity is interesting now, and the fact that say somebody was immunity, they don't have any votes cast against them, they could give it to somebody, and then that could completely change everything. So where are you putting that into the planning?
I'm not sure. To be honest, John, at this point, I feel like I'm at the bottom, so I don't really know. I think it's definitely something that you have to consider, but at the same time, I think you just have to just live and let God. That's all I'll say to that.
Live and let God. Live and let God. Derek, speaking of being on the bottom of things, being on the bottom in a Survivor game can, even though it seems bleak, it can provide opportunity. Do you think that those that perceive themselves to be on the bottom could be an asset to those that are not?
I think that I want to start this answer off with, first of all, I'm not a bottom, I'm a top. So
Me
let's
too,
just
girl.
put that out there. It's hard for me to see the perspective of the bottoms because I don't have to prep like that. But in all seriousness, we love our bottoms. I think that yes, absolutely. They are absolutely like, I think that people on the bottom, while it might be a nerve-wracking situation, it's not always the end all be all. But it really depends on the relationships that they have with the people who might be considered on top, you know. I don't think that anything is ever as straightforward in these games as like who's in majority and who's not, because that does have the ability to change at any given point. It really depends on the relationships that you have ultimately. So yes, I think to answer your question, if I remember it correctly, yes, I forget it.
Heard. Jay, from hosting and playing for years, I can say with certainty Final 9 and Final 7 are two of the most precarious rounds of the game in terms of power shifts, in terms of things happening. What do you think the state of this game is going to be like after this round's over?
Yeah, this is normally a precarious round. Odd numbers, create odd plans and send players home. So normally this round would have been interesting anyway, but then you have the amulet that gets played, and that makes everybody, that makes some players get bold, that makes other players get paranoid, and I don't think either of those sentiments is unwarranted in a situation like this. So I don't think anyone can really predict the aftermath of this because I can't predict what's going to happen here, truly. I think likely there'll be some surprises, and depending on what happens, people will probably have to recalculate how they want to play this game.
And Lake, you had to play with this in your season. So you know what this is like. Does that give you some sort of solace that you know what it's like or no?
I'm scared. I don't know if anybody here knows, but I was working with this man and this amulet got played and he fucking he had the most votes and he fucking threw the comp so he could go, the shit scares the fuck out of me. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But no, it doesn't. What was the word you said? Solace? I don't even know what the fuck that means. But what matters is when I read it, I shit my pants. I think this is just some fucking social experiment to scare me. But we live, we die, we watch reverse week happen. We'll go, yeah.
Right. Well, before we get to the voting time, does anybody have anything they want to add? Okay. Keep in mind that tonight I'm not going to be revealing all the votes. I will just be revealing who received at least a vote. No counts are going to be revealed tonight. So that being said, you have until 10:24 to lock in your votes. And you can do shout outs if you want, but we're going to be doing shout outs tomorrow night probably too. So we'll see.
Now it's time for shout outs. No, I'm just kidding. but I wish Karen was
You honestly sounded just like her.
I really
had to
thought she
look to
joined the
make
chat.
sure.
Yeah.
No, it's just me.
It's shout out Billy Vance, Fred. Who else is in my project? Keaton. And then shout out the most beautiful Lexi Curry.
I also would like to shout out the most beautiful Lexi.
Aww.
And my prod channel, because I've not given them a single shout out, prod chat. I guess I can acknowledge them.
Shout out to my prod team and shout out Lexi. And shout out Applebee's.
Shout out Lexi. Applebee's can burn.
Okay. I have the names of the people that have received votes. But at this time, if anybody has an idol or an advantage and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right. I will reveal the names of the individuals who have at least one vote cast against them. Brisanne. Lake. Ham. And Alex. There are 4 people that have votes cast against them. Tomorrow night, we will find out who got how many votes. And that immunity challenge is more pivotal than ever before. So with that being said, tomorrow night, we will be having a live challenge. We can have it at the usual time. We can maybe aim for a different time. We can talk about it in the tribe chat and go from there. But it's one of our favorites, so we hope you have fun with it. Okay. Good night, America. And Canada. Is there any Canadians? No, it's all Americans tonight.